Okay, so recently I've been very interested in the world of cryptocurrency, and basically the last couple of months I've been studying on my MacBook Pro. Yeah, really fascinating stuff. I suppose you can say that I've been mostly looking into the world of crypto from a point of investing. Now, I know personal finance is just about as interesting as flossing to most people. Real estate is too expensive to buy, and the stock market just doesn't seem to be the best place to be in at the moment. Now, sure, gold and silver has gone up, but honestly, the idea of sitting on a pile of gold and silver, like physical pile, doesn't really suit me. So what else is there? Well, I've come to the conclusion that if you haven't paid attention to cryptocurrencies, you really should. And trust me when I tell you, you will be thanking me many years from now for making you watch this video. Okay, hi guys, my name is Tom, and if this is your first time to this channel, please don't forget to do a hashtag new sub so I can properly welcome you. So, full disclosure, I usually make tech videos and some personal vlogs on this channel. Finance and investing is not usually what I make videos about. So, in other words, I'm not a cryptocurrency expert. I am not a financial advisor, just a guy on the internet expressing my opinion about stuff. And I believe that right now is a good idea to invest in cryptocurrencies, and I wanted to make this video to explain to you guys why. Now, if you're worried that I'm gonna get very technical, don't be, because truth be told, some technical aspects of cryptocurrencies are kind of difficult for even me to understand. But this video, I just wanted to give you a simple explanation why crypto is so important at this time. But yeah, I think that the difficulty of understanding how cryptocurrencies work is one of the main reasons why most people haven't jumped on the wagon yet. And another reason why people basically write crypto off is because they think it's fake money, it's not real, which is actually kind of funny, because if you compare it to real money that's locked in the bank, real money is never actually in your bank. It's more like the bank owes you money, but the money isn't actually physically there. But when you have something like cryptocurrencies, it's not physical, like this little coin here, but you can actually store it in your own digital wallet. You can even store it on an USB drive. And this is a pretty big deal, because it means that if you have your money in crypto, you really have it. Not your bank, not your government. Hell, most of the time you can even put it in a wallet and nobody knows that it's yours. That's how good it is. It's a matter of privacy and security. Now, a lot of people will understand that Bitcoin is used for trading, for, purchasing and selling stuff, but it's actually more interesting than that. You see, crypto can be used for so many different applications. I'll give you a short little example. Let's say that you have to go to a bar, and in order to drink, the bartender asks you for an ID, to verify that you are of age. But the thing is, when you're doing that, you are giving the bartender so much more than just your age verification. Like, you give him your name, your address, date of birth, a lot of personal information that should be yours alone. And so there is this one cryptocurrency that is actually designed to work as a kind of a verification process, where all you have to do is basically show your phone that says, yeah, I am of age, basically. And that way you don't have to reveal anything else than that you are old enough to drink. Okay, so for the past couple of months, I have come to the conclusion that there are two certainties about cryptocurrencies. One, whether you believe the hype or not, whether you like it or not, for better or worse, crypto is here to stay. It's not some trend like fidget spinners. This is actually gonna change everything. But these were kind of fun though, right? No? Okay. Okay, and two, I believe that this is a huge investment opportunity that most people can get in on. And probably should. Now, I once made the terrible mistake of not investing in Bitcoin. That, my friends, will never happen again. Luckily for me, this is my second shot. Okay, so Bitcoin. Everybody's heard of Bitcoin. I think that more people know about Bitcoin than they know about crypto. So that's the thing that started everything. And when I first heard about it, it was actually in 2010. And I did have this idea that I was gonna invest something like 50 bucks. And had I done that, I would be making this video from a yacht. But sadly, I felt it was more practical to buy Doritos for 50 bucks that year. Not at once, just spread out over time. Huge mistake, huge. But as I said, I'm not doing that mistake ever again. You see, that whole thing taught me a very valuable lesson about the price of being too defensive about your money. And, you know, I don't want to blame people, but I think that it's mostly because of school just doesn't properly educate us on investing. You know, it's about being economical, to not waste your money, to keep it in a bank. It's never about how you should make your money grow. It's never about that. Now, I don't know, maybe it's a power play made by the government to keep us wage slaves at bay. That's a topic for a different video. But all I know is that I wasn't prepared enough to make an investment decision. You see, that year I only had one investment, and that was Bitcoin. I should have at least purchased Bitcoin for 50 bucks, and I didn't. Now, the big question is, which crypto will be on top here? Which one will come out as a winner? We have lots of cryptocurrencies. Like, believe me when I tell you, there is a whole bunch of cryptocurrencies out there, and they do very different things in very different ways. And I believe, and this is just my personal belief here, but I don't think that there is gonna be just one winner. I think there's gonna be maybe 10 to 50 different coins in the world in the future, say 5 to 10 years from now. And I think it's enough to just invest in the top 10 best cryptocurrencies that you can find. You know, you make a portfolio, just like when you invest in stock. Now, I will mention though that I think that a lot of people who are investing in crypto right now will do what I'm doing. They talk like really enthusiastically, they believe it so much, but it's mostly really just wishful thinking. You know, when you want something really bad, it just makes sense and everything, but there is always the possibility that there's gonna come out something different and better. So my suggestion is to actually stay updated with the latest from the world of crypto, because you don't want to invest emotionally, you know? And that's what I think that a lot of people are doing right now. When they invest in Bitcoin, they just love Bitcoin for the potential and, you know, the fantasy of becoming ultra rich, that it's more of an emotional investment than a rational one, you know? So when you're looking at coins, look at what practical problems they actually solve. Now, I personally, I don't invest everything into crypto. I also do invest in stock and stuff like that. But right now, I gotta say, I'm really interested in crypto. And I also want to mention that I am fully prepared to lose everything that I have invested in crypto. Because as I mentioned, it's not my only investment. And that's what I mean when I say don't be too defensive about your money. In order to make money, you have to make risks. There is just no way of going around it. There are no safe bets out there. Okay, so where can you buy cryptocurrencies? Well, there are these trading platforms, and I'm gonna mention 3 of them, and I'm gonna put affiliate links below where if you actually purchase crypto through these platforms, we both get commission, like we split the commission. So first off, I'm gonna start with Coinbase. That's where I do most of my trading. The second one is crypto.com, and third is Uphold, where you can buy some of the cryptos on this list that are not on Coinbase or crypto.com at the moment. All of these platforms are apps, so you don't have to log through your computer. You can actually do it on a smartphone. But then I also want to mention that you should not keep your coins in these trading platforms because it's not really safe. You should transfer your coins to wallets, digital wallets. And I've tested a few and I have 3 favorites. My top favorite is Atomic Wallet. And the second wallet is Exodus, which is also a really cool wallet, very, very secure. And the third one is Evercoin. So I think that different wallets apply to different people. It's a matter of taste and simplicity. For instance, I think Exodus is an excellent app, but I don't think it's intuitive. But it is probably the safest wallet out there. Okay, I also want to mention this opportunity that you can actually earn passive income through cryptocurrencies by doing something called staking, which is basically lending your crypto to, I guess, companies or institutions. I actually don't know, this is the part what I mean. I don't actually understand the entire technical side of it, but you can actually lend out your crypto and get a percentage. You usually make about 5% when you lend out your crypto, and I've seen some coins where you can get up to 20%. And I've tested doing this whole staking thing. From my personal experience, it's pretty risk-free. But don't take my word for it. Read up on it and make your own decision. Okay, so finally, I just want to say, look, regret is a terrible thing. Trust me, I know. Regret is nothing that you want in your life. And I find it in life that the most regret you feel is not the difficult choices you had to make, because damn it, they were difficult. But the simple choices, like, is it worth the risk of spending 50 bucks on an investment? You know, it's not even about the odds. It's about the fact that something that can skyrocket to the moon, it's worth risking 50 bucks. So do yourselves a favor, don't trust me, check out all the facts, make a purchasing decision for yourselves, and then many years from now, I'll see you guys on my yacht. Take care. Oh, you're still here. Oh, that's right. It's the behind the scenes vlog. For you who are new here, this is a kind of a personal vlog thing that I do at the end of each video. It's mostly for the subscribers who actually care about me. So let's just dive right into it. Okay, so first of all, I know that this video was so different than my other videos, and I don't know, it's just these last months I really have been very interested in cryptocurrencies. I guess it comes with age when you sort of start to think about the future. You never do when you're young. I wish I could tell my younger self to invest in the future, but sadly I can't. But what I can do is I can invest now. And you know, as I mentioned in the video, I'm not an expert. I don't know if crypto will really dominate the world, but there is that chance for cryptocurrencies, at least some of them, that they can just skyrocket to the moon. And I believe that's worth the risk, you know? So that's why I wanted to make this video. I mentioned before that I wanted to make this channel more personal and do videos about things that I actually care about, and that's why I had to make this video. So I apologize for those of you who are just completely uninterested in cryptocurrencies and all that nonsense about financial freedom. Okay. Probably seen my post on Instagram. Kaisa, my cat, my sick dear cat, is sick. And she was at the hospital getting radiation treatment for like a whole week, and now she's at home and she's basically radioactive, which is insane. So every time we pet her, we have to actually wash our hands, and every time she goes to the bathroom, we basically, that's like plutonium that she poops out, so we have to scoop that out and throw it away as soon as possible. So it's weird having a radioactive cat, but it's just for 2 weeks, then she'll be just fine. Anyway, that's the update I had for today. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Okay.